Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Richie and in today's video we are going to customize some pair of jeans for my girlfriend. And by we are going to, I mean you are going to watch me doing it. So my girlfriend Lisa, I guess you can follow her on Instagram, the link is in the description box. She gave me some pair of jeans that she was not really wearing anymore, which first of all is super nice of her because I don't know if I already mentioned it, but I'm broke, so please subscribe. But here's the problem. She already started painting her own trousers with fabric. Thanks God. I don't know, I guess she wanted to let me know that she's a better artist than I am. And that's obviously true, but unfortunately, she's not as patient. By the way, these trousers took me 2 weeks, 2 entire weeks to make. So if you're considering making your own pair, you need a lot of patience. So what happened next? Yes, she just gave me her unfinished masterpiece and told me to finish it. Oh, but I do love her, by the way. I don't know, I feel like I had to say that because, I don't know, it sounded like I am in a toxic relationship and I'm fine. I'm definitely fine. Anyway, she was kind of visioning a few animals like a lion and a zebra, a few animals on the front of her trousers, and that's what we are going to do today. So if you want to see what I came up with, all you have to do is keep on watching. So first of all, it's important to do some sketches on a separate piece of paper, or you can use an iPad, or you can just print out an image that you like out of the internet. And once we printed out the sketches for each animal, we are going to use them as a guide to outline the final sketch on the actual pair of jeans. And for that, I'm using a thin, waterproof permanent marker, and you can find all the products and tools I used in this video in the description box down below. Oh frick, I forgot that I have to. Shit, I'm sorry. Oops. Now, I already mentioned it in my last video, but there are some important things to bear in mind before we can actually start painting. First of all, do not use oil paint or only acrylic paint in general, but especially if you're customizing some skinny jeans that, by the way, I would not recommend. I would recommend you to use some wider jeans, but you obviously want the paint to be flexible and to be able to stretch so you can put your legs in. What I'm trying to say is, please invest your money in some good fabric paint. I know it's expensive, or if you already have a lot of acrylic paint as I do, what I like to do is just use a fabric medium, but please do not use acrylic and oil paint. That's what I wanted to say. Second of all, it might sound stupid, but make sure to wash your trousers before you actually paint over the dirt, if that makes sense. And make sure that the surface you're planning to paint on is flat and that there aren't any folds, or you just might quickly iron them. So do not customize your trousers while laying in bed watching Netflix. Done that, and I don't recommend it. Alright, so since my girlfriend already started painting the white base layer on her trousers, I just simply need to do some retouches, but otherwise I would make sure to cover up the surface I'm planning to paint on with at least one layer of white fabric paint. And this will finally make sure that the other colors that we're going to put over the white base can really pop up and shine beautifully. Alright, so now we can actually start painting. And I'm going to start painting the giraffe first. Now, giraffes have a very interesting coat. It has like these brown patches that are separated by lighter hair. I mean, you know how freaking giraffes looks like. So for the lighter color, I'm mixing some yellow with a tiny little bit of red to create orange. And then I'm going to add some white fabric paint to create a beautiful light orange. And I suggest to use your sketch as a reference to see where you need to apply the color. But eventually I just ended up covering most of the white base with that color because I was just lazy. And once we have that, do not start panicking if everything looks like a hot mess, because we are going to add some brown color to the light orange color we mixed before. And with that new mixture, we are going to paint the mouth, the nose, the brown patches, and any other spot that needs to be darkened out. After that, I'm going to use an even darker brown color to whatever, the shadows even more to make everything a bit more realistic. And finally, with the black permanent marker, I'm just going to outline everything, create the shape of the eye, and add some final details. Fantastic! 4 more to go! Oh my god, next time I will make sure to paint something that does not take so long to explain. If you worry about my mental health because of the way that my hair looks in this video, I just wanted to let you know that I'm trying to fix it, and now I'm trying to be funny. So, okay, I'm actually just scared. But anyway, I've already done this to myself, and I know it's a bad idea, but I'm doing it anyway, because I'm stupid. I'm just stupid. Okay, bye. Have fun with the video. Next, I'm going to start painting the elephant. But before that, I'm going to draw all the details with a pencil and then later with a permanent marker. And I'm doing that for every single animal, just so I have reference where to put the highlights and the shadow. And then I'm mixing some white color with a tiny little bit of black color to create the highlights, and then I'm going to darken the same color a tiny little bit more with some more black paint to add some more shadows and details. Did I forgot something? Let me just check. Oh, the tusk. Since I already had a white base, I just left everything as it was, so that was pretty easy. And finally, I just simply added some more details with a permanent marker. So my girlfriend told me that she wanted to include a parrot, but only the face. And I, for some reason, decided not to do that. So I'm starting off by painting the upper part of the wings and the body with red fabric paint. For the middle part of the wings, I'm going to use some yellow paint. And for the lower part, I'm going to alternate some yellow paint with some green and some blue paint. Last, but definitely not least, I'm going to paint the feet. Are they called feet? I don't really know, but the feet, let's call them feet, of the parrot gray, and I'm using that same color for some more details. And of course, you guessed it, I'm using a thin waterproof permanent marker to outline everything once again. Alright, so before we can actually start painting the lion, that is going to be our last animal, we still need to paint the zebra. Now for the zebra, we are just going to use some black paint to paint the stripes and the eye, and once we have that, we are going to use some brown paint to add some more color to the eye. And since the face of the zebra looks pretty flat, we're just going to contour the nose a bit more with some black paint and a thin brush. To paint the ears, I began by mixing some black paint with my fabric medium in a 3:1 ratio. So a lot of fabric medium and just a tiny little bit of black paint. And I'm applying that mixture basically over the entire ear, and then I'm just trying to paint some thin white and black hair with a thin brush and the permanent marker. And finally, we just have to draw some lashes, and then we are good to go. Now, one of the reasons why it took me so long to make these trousers was because of an amazing skill I have called procrastination. No, but seriously, I was so scared to mess up the lion that it took me 2 days to convince myself to just finish this painting. Anyway, once I got my life together, I began by smashing a bunch of color all over the lion's face. And in retrospect, that step was kind of pointless and just a waste of color and time. But I guess it motivated me to just continue painting. So in the end, it was a good thing. I don't know, sometimes I just do stupid things. So if you want to recreate this portrait, you can just skip this part, I guess. So now it looks like I have just vomit all over the lion's face. And then I'm starting to paint the actual fur. And for that, I'm using a yellow ochre color mixed with some white paint and a light brown color mixed with some red as our middle tone and a dark brown color. And if you use acrylic paint instead of actual fabric paint, make sure to use the double amount of fabric medium to get a watery mixture that flows nicely. And again, use your reference to get a feel of how the shadows will fall, and make sure to always stroke in the direction that the fur will flow. And if you keep doing that for the rest of the evening, you can then start to actually focus on the face of the lion. For the base color of the lion's face, I'm using a yellow ochre mixed with some white paint. And as for the fur, I'm then just adding some more highlights and shadows. And finally, to make sure that all the portraits look kind of cohesive, I'm using a permanent marker to outline some last details. And eventually, after God knows how many hours of work, I'm finally done. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Give this video a big thumbs up. And if you don't think that I'm too annoying, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you won't miss any time I upload a new video in the future. Anyway, I wish you all the best and I will see you next time. Bye. Oh my god, it just looks like I have murdered someone. What do you think? I don't mean my pimples. To be honest, I think I've done a good job. I'm happy. I'm very happy with this. Okay, I'm way too excited. Okay. Bye. I just wanted to let you know that